So, good afternoon. I do aviation maintenance and I have a collection of Proto and Plomb tools. And my hangar neighbor has just shut down, so you may hear some noise in the background with his aircraft. But we're going to show you some of the old Proto Plomb tools that I still use. Some of these are over 70 years old. So I do have a Craftsman box that I use and I keep my tools in. This is kind of my away one. I'm an ANPIA. There's my letter. And what I have, top drawer, I've got a set of Proto screwdrivers. And then the second drawer, the only Proto Plomb stuff I have in here is a set of punches. So these are handy. Having a set of punches is a good thing to have laying around. These are Proto with the flying lady. And then I'll go down to the next drawer. This is where really most of the Proto Plomb stuff starts. So we've got a wrench set and got a quarter-inch drive. A lot of aviation maintenance, especially on little airplanes, is with quarter-inch systems. Sometimes you need a big lighter to melt things and so forth. But this is the older wrenches. We'll zoom in on them a little bit here. So this is one of the Proto combo wrenches. This is a 3/16. You can see it says made in the USA, and it's got the Plomb logo on it with the triangle. So it's an inverted triangle type logo. You can see it's got a little bit of cleaning up that's needed on it. But these type of wrenches are made between, I think, 42 and 45. I could be wrong. I'll double check. Other Proto stuff includes this diagonal pliers. I got some long nose, and these are actually snap-on, but I really like them. Anyway, go into the combinations. We pull out one of the good quality combinations. This is actually some early Proto stuff. And it still has the Los Angeles name wrapped in. This is an oddball one. It's 25-30 seconds. Not very commonly used, which also explains its super good condition. So this combination set is 3/8 through 1 inch. Handy to have. You're like, do you really use the 1 inch? Yeah, the answer is for oil filters. Yep, these are the combination ones, and they go, again, a little bit smaller, 15/16 all the way up through the 1 inch. And again, these things need to be organized out a little bit. Here's my hangar neighbor. He's running up. He's doing some maintenance work on his Cherokee. So this is actually a Proto quarter-inch speed handle with a set, or excuse me, it's a Plomb quarter-inch speed handle with a set of Proto bits for it. And then over here, I use these a lot. This is a Proto quarter drive socket set in the 4790. Opening that up, you can see what I have in here is a double set of sockets. So it comes with a single set. I added a second set because you never know when you need the other bits of sockets in here. And these go up to like 1/2 inch on the top. The universal is not a Proto part, but everything else in here is. It's a standard kind of mix. And what I did with this is I just got a piece of brass and bent that into a holder so I could get a second set of sockets in here. Again, really silky drives on the Proto socket wrenches, and you can take these apart and re-lubricate them just by removing the screws. And the extensions on these are very strong. Again, this is probably the #1 thing we use for little aircraft maintenance when it comes to socket sets. And apologies for the noise, that's the hangar neighbor running up. So here's a 15/16 Proto combination. Proto's credited with having developed these, and you can see it's the inverted triangle, made in USA. Very good quality. I'm going to say better than what you can buy in current era. Now back over here, this is a Plomb box, a 5295, I believe, and inside of it is not a Proto set. Inside of this box is actually it's a Plomb box, and inside is a Proto socket set. And this is a regular deep well. This is a full 3/8 set. So also includes a little breaker bar. I have the Proto ratchet, and you never have too many ratchets. here's a kind of surplus Plomb one. So again, very good condition. Okay, this one is actually a snap-on socket extension. But everything else in here, with the exception of this guy, is a real proto part, or proto or Plomb. And again, it's in a Plomb box that I just got off eBay and repainted. And then the last thing we got over here, Proto Plomb, is this big 9980 toolbox. So this contains a couple of oddballs, and this is what I call my engine box. So, oddball things in here. One, this is actually a Plomb Wright field tool. You can see maybe it's a Wright field 37 breaker bar. And then on this, it's a little rusty crusty, this is actually a National Aircraft Factory. It's got USN written on it. So this is a National Aircraft Factory, has USN written on it, and it's made by Plomb, and it's a deep well socket, and this one is a 7/8. This is what I use for pulling spark plugs out. It's on a Proto extension, a Wright field extension, but by Proto. So I've tried to research the National Aircraft Factory parts by Proto, and I really never found anything. So I've got an Air Force breaker bar and extension with a Navy socket. And then this has seen better days. This is my oldest Plomb tool, and it's a 3/4 inch 5/8 combination wrench. You can see it's labeled Los Angeles. It still has the inverted triangle O, but it's marked with a 7 right after the word Los Angeles. That 7 decodes to 1937. So we're going to go look at these other guys again. I've got a better focus. So I have a Wright field 1/2 inch drive extension on a U.S. Naval Aircraft Factory 7/8 socket, and I use that with a Wright field 1/2 inch breaker bar for removing spark plugs. This guy, the 3/4 is actually used for removing the spark plug wires first. So that's what I have here. It's pretty interesting, I think. Old tools, still working on aircraft.